Is strength training good for Wing Chun? Not really, but it is good for self-defense. I'm Sifu Jesse, and that's what's coming up next from Dragon Arts Wing Chun. Welcome back. Today I want to take a look at weight training and where it is and isn't good for Wing Chun and where it's good for self-defense. So the reason why I make the distinction between pure Wing Chun and self-defense is that when we're practicing Wing Chun, we really want to be honing our technical abilities as much as we can. Whereas with self-defense, we're just trying to survive by any means possible. So looking at some of the downsides as far as Wing Chun goes. So if you come into Wing Chun already strong, especially as a beginner, you're far more likely to muscle through your techniques. There's a real chance that that's going to give you an inflated sense of your technical abilities. If you're muscling through your techniques, it's going to hold you back in the long run. Strength training is really easy to do incorrectly. It's really easy to injure yourself, even cripple yourself if you're lifting heavy weights the wrong way. If you're strength training, and especially if you're lifting heavy weights, your body is going to require more maintenance. You're building a high-performance engine, and high-performance engines require you to take better care of them. As an anecdote, I have to spend a lot of time working on my hips, doing extra stuff to keep my spine lengthened, because while I'm not and never have broken any records, I've consistently lifted heavy for the last 10 plus years, and I have to take better care of my body because of it. No matter how little muscle you use in your techniques, if you're trying to work around your strength as opposed to using it against your Wing Chun siblings, people are going to assume that you're using strength just because you have it. And that can get a little old. Now, having said all that, there are some real benefits to strength training. This comes with the caveat that you're doing it correctly and with good form. One of the primary ones is for your health. Especially as we age, for both men and women, it's going to boost your bone density. It's going to make you feel much better in the long run. And muscle is metabolic currency. Helps a lot in the performance of daily tasks in terms of being able to lift things correctly and not hurt yourself as you're going about your daily routine. Strength training has the potential to make you more durable for a couple of reasons. It can act like armor, which can protect some against punches. It can also help with the longevity of your joints. Your muscle tissue can take some of the energy that would otherwise be translated directly to your joints. For self-defense, all else being equal, a bigger, stronger person is going to have an advantage, and that is not insignificant. Having said that, that can be said for nearly any attribute. All else being equal, a faster person will have an advantage. All else being equal, a smarter person will have an advantage, and so on. For self-defense, if you are physically intimidating, you are far less likely to be targeted. And that means that you are that less likely to get into a violent confrontation to begin with. And that's a win in my book. So the one major benefit that strength training can have for Wing Chun is if you're doing heavy compound movements like squats, deadlifts, cleans, that sort of thing, is that you are teaching your body to keep good structure under an extreme load. So if you're deadlifting two times or more your body weight, that's a lot of force that's trying to pull you off of your center. So what you're doing is you're teaching your body to keep good posture under extreme duress. So in my opinion, lifting weights is not for manipulating the other person. It's to help teach you to keep good posture as you're doing your movements. So what do I recommend that you do if you're just starting out in Wing Chun and you're not as big or as strong as you'd like to be? For the long term, my recommendation is to hold off for a while. Get some good technical ability under your belt, and then once you have good technique that you can rely on consistently, then go ahead and add strength training. Until then, it's not a bad idea to do just GPP work, which is general physical preparedness work, like push-ups, body weight squats, maybe burpees, pull-ups, all that sort of thing. If you go that route, it's going to help in the long run because as you get bigger and stronger, you're going to better be able to leverage your technical abilities. And you'll have a better sense as to whether you're muscling techniques or not. I will say this, if you're strength training because you want to get one over on your Wing Chun siblings, then rather, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So that's all I've got for you for today. Not a complete list, but hopefully it will give you some insight as to whether or not you want to lift weights to augment your Kung Fu or self-defense program. I'm Sifu Jesse. Thanks for watching. Never stop learning.